again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and I resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What we go to eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. Covid money, miss away in the year, look at you. Use the youth, the money, waste for most of the statue. Say me like a catch you, but they got enough, they got you. Take this skin from money, got and say that it's not you. One day, the man above end up in my gut up. Too much eating at the kitchen, some of fly by like a patu. My singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% raise.
It burn me.
Garbage pile up the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption face.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and I resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
For me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The urgent the promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, the rap and they down in our river. Member bowl honey and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start like people themselves.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the son man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
How them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't.
Stibby-dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no keep. And some informer friend we love like. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for we in Global TV. Check it.
Good morning. Welcome to the Global Television Group. It is your People's Point of View program. If you're on the Eastern Timeline, good morning. If you're on London and Greenwich Mean Time, good afternoon. Good afternoon to all my globalists, wherever in the world you are tuning in from. Thanks for your support on Global Television. Good morning to everyone. Good morning to my community and my family members. Good morning to my moderators and platform membership holders, viewers and subscribers, commenters. Good morning. Good afternoon. Natalia Freeman, good morning. Good afternoon. Debbie Jervis, Patricia Matthews, Sunshine, Dion Johnson, Kemar Johnson, Colleen Humphreys, Rena, Joan Brown, Deaton Teach, JP, Marcia Esty, Diana Atkinson, Paula Shelley, Jason Kane, Abina Sarkozy, Yvonne Johnson, Marcia Thomas, Pamela Akola, Lorraine Barrett, Yvonne Johnson, Jackie Graham, Elaine Turner, Monica Hawthorne, Plain Truth, Brennan Mitchell, BCA Smith, Monica Wills, Pamela Okola, Rose, Nia Bren, Cousin Myrna, George Eagle, Simone Bedford, Plain Truth. Good morning, good afternoon, all, and welcome. Nigel Rochester, good morning. Susan Love Jesus, good morning. Good morning, all, and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. This regime of ours continue on a sinking ship. But remember, tomorrow, New York time, 9 a.m. Albert C. to 1 p.m. and that is in your Eastern timeline. There will be the protests in New York, protesting against poverty, corruption, failed and poor health care, poor education, corruption, and a rafter of all the burden that our country has to bear under this regime, all the lack of governance that we have to endure under this regime. The people of the diaspora tomorrow in the North America region will be staging Ekron Sound System. Will be once again staging, as they did in Miami a few moons ago, a protest at the Jamaican consulate in Miami, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And that is Eastern time, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time. So that is on your New York, North American timeline, Precious Allen. So for those of you who can make it, make sure you do go and show your support and show the people of Jamaica that they can also, good morning, Tash, how are you? That they can also take a stand to protect their fundamental rights, their democracy, their right to vote freely and fairly. So this is not only going to send a signal to the government, but also send a signal to our people at home that to protect your freedom of speech, to protect your democracy, to protect further censorship from the government, then you ought to stand up for your right. And if you was not on last night's program, I would suggest you go and watch last night's program, which provide us ways where we can have a different governance structure. Annie Jones, a better governance structure, only though if we can unite to do it. Brog, good morning. Veteran, well gone. So if you was not on last night's show and you want to hear about some ways how we can do, how we can change the political and governance structure in Jamaica, then please do go and listen to the show we did last night. But I want to ask Horace Chang a few questions with regards to the chartered flight, the controversial chartered flight. Of the 253 people on the flight, we knew the Americans done it, Harriet. We knew the Americans had interest in about one or two. But there was a particular zoomed in focus on the 218 Indian nationals. It could be because of the majority of them. But my question to the Minister of National Security, did your intelligence suggest anything that raises that concern? Was there a thorough investigation? Was the Americans involved in any investigation that was done? As the newscast told us, there was something that made you became suspicious of the flight. It would then determine that you would want to do a further or a thorough investigation. Would the Minister of National Security be able to update the nation as to what investigation was done? What the ministry found out, Agency Driver 5, well gone. What investigation was done? What the ministry found out? And if the ministry have any concerns about human trafficking in a circle or other organized crime with regards to this flight. I think the nation is entitled, Colin, good morning. I think the nation is entitled to that information. We can't everything happen on the island. Plane just drop out of sky, so, drop in a sea, so, drop in a field, so, drop at airport, so, Claudette Robinson, Millie McBean. I wonder what is going on at Ian Fleming Airport. That Gleaner, because see where you know, the plane drop out of sky right at Gleaner Observer foot. And Gleaner Observer never see hear it and talk about it until the Minister of National Security ready to put his narratives out there. And because we know how they lie, and because the story confusing 1 minute ago, so the other minute and never saw it go, and it keep changing. We never know so them a come. They seek permission in midair. Then afterward, we are here say them have the proper requisite approval, albeit with anomalies and missing information. What are the anomalies? What are the missing information? Me not go quarrel with nobody like this, man. Me just go talk and go on. What are the anomalies? What are the missing information? Patricia Matthews, how are you? We deserve to know that. We deserve to know what level of investigation was done. And if there is any finding that is of public interest or public security to the Jamaican people, we need to know. But then again, we always buck up on a bare face, hard face, tough face, stubborn face government. Where them think to say, play deaf long enough, and them will get tired quick enough. Not round ya, so, even Riley. Not road yasso. We will pester on continuously. We will talk about it night and day. And if you want lunchtime and brata, we will as well. We're not going to go behind rock like the gleaner and then on go peep round. Come round when we peep and see you wave your hand and say, come out. No, we will run out at any time on any issue. Rosemary Samuels. In which other country would you see a situation like this, where the Civil Aviation Authority messed up? The authorities at Norman Mandel International Airport messed up, or immigration and custom messed up. The entire team of national security on this issue messed up. And you mean we don't have a press conference updating or explaining to the nation? It's only in Jamaica politicians can get away with these things. It's only in Jamaica. That is something for Horace Strong to answer and prove to us. Because then we tell we said the 253 leave. But what proof do we have though? Can we see the flight itinerary? Can we see documentation as to who came on the flight? As you said, the Russian and the Uzbek national weren't on the flight itinerary that was received. And that rose suspicion. So therefore, 251 names would have been on the itinerary, passengers and crew. Can you provide, Dr. Chang, the flight itinerary for the departure flight, for the departed charter flight in question? Without any documentary proof in public, Dr. Chang, how would you expect the people of Jamaica to believe you on a matter where you have not explained to the public in a press conference if there is any security risk to Jamaicans, if there's anything that Jamaicans should concern about, or rather, Jamaicans should be calm? This is just a diplomatic mishap and misunderstanding. Does the mood of the nation matters to this government? Does the voice of this nation matters to this government? Not now work, people, not just now work. Jaja Smith, how are you? Nothing not working in this current governance structure. Ah, Jesus. Plans by Mecca. And if I can read like Nesta Fayetteville, or if I read like how they send we got school for read, or if I read like the education minister, the Jamal student, I don't know how to read. But when you read lie, Laurie Speckford, when you read lie, they knew about the flight. They will never tell us the truth. We would wait in vain for transparency and accountability on anything with this government. I don't know how I feel read. If I feel read like how they send we go to school for read. If I feel read like Nesta but don't understand where I read. If I feel read like the Jamal School student, the Minister of Education. If I feel read like Delroy Chuck. If I feel read like Malahu Ford, how I feel read? Hmm? I am confused as to how to read EM. Good morning. Because as long as me read like any of them, me I go come out dunce. It's just plain truth. And as I said, when I explain the different level of dunceness, woman, their type of dunceness are hypocritically dunce. Because them know better, you know. Don't think they don't know better. Whitestone, good morning. Don't think say them don't know any better. These people are some of the are people who have been through some really good, prestigious educational system. Violet Watson, how are you? Teacher mark them book and say you're bright, not pricky. Cut above the rest, you can't pass. Ivy League, Rhodes Scholar. How much hole in the Rhodes Scholar budget? How much hole them finding in the Rhodes Scholar budget? The Ivy League, she come. And before she sit down on the mango tree, read what people give her before she come on stage, come embarrass herself. But before no get post butter for car, before no give post butter for car, put the butter in a sun, make it melt out. Put the butter in a sun, because at least you will see a melt out. But when you get to the post for car, where you get to the post for car go? Jacqueline Walters. When you get to the post for car, where you get to the post for car go? So better you put butter in a sun for melt out, because you will see the grease when it's done. Plans by the government to build out and expand hospital facilities across the country to accomplish, some hit cut off this, a $5 million per annum scholarship to train more health professionals for the job that will become available at the end of the exercise. The health minister, down in your throat, said, announced in Parliament on Thursday and Tuesday. The Barry Wint Memorial and Development Fund, which will be financed by the government in a sum of $2.5 billion over a 5-year period. Come in and read long in them waffle these days anymore, you know, because them waffle pains head. So, Cornwall Regional, Paul Bogle. How much this 2.5? Lord Jesus, hold me this morning, bridle my tongue with this drugs dealer. Can somebody type into the chat how much Cornwall Regional have been overrun? Me now move till you remember me. Type in the chat how much Cornwall Regional Hospital has been overrun and for how much years. Cornwall Regional Hospital across the nation, he said, 21 billion. 21 billion. And Dr. Right, my tongue. Dr. Tufton says, a part of that partnership with the What's It or Rather Wind, the Barry Wind Memorial Development Fund, will be financed by the government in a sum of 2.5 billion. Real sweet. 2.5 billion. This is a plan by the government to rebuild and expand hospital facilities across the country. 2.5 billion. When we waste 31 billion per Cornwall Regional alone. How much? How much 2.5 billion can do to our rackety health care? When Dr. Christopher Tufton drug dealing on Westmoreland Beach, when Dr. Tufton stole more than that in the last 8 years out of the national health care budget, you know, so them people I take with a fool this morning, I want to tear out me, hear them. You know, so them take with a fool. Them waste 21 billion on Cornwall Regional Hospital and we're still nowhere near to nothing at all. Is it not? John, how are you? Dr. Tufton steal about 400 billion. Or a great fraction of 1.7 trillion Dr. Tufton stole from your national health care budget. And Dr. Tufton want to come tell we say the government are going to finance a national project, Sonia Michael. A national project to upgrade our hospital facilities, 2.5 billion. Nifty friend. How much is it that they're using to repair, to upgrade Spanish Town Hospital? Conversate with me, please. How much are they using to upgrade in their upgrade for Spanish Town Hospital? One of them people I take with a fool. Because they think to say 2.5 billion I go so enough to. We're not all the way hungry, Dr. Tufton. Not because you're a drug dealer and money so enough to you. It don't necessarily so enough to we. When we look, when we compare and contrast it to how much on the waste and how much on the teeth, Dr. Tufton, a pittance, Douglas Allen, we not spend pound with. A pittance we not spend pound with. So don't come frightened with like 2.5 billion and any money to invest in our rackety, broke down health care. We don't have. Which facility are going to use that pan? Because Almighty God, everything facility wise bad. Where are going to use the pan, sir? Tell me make we start count. I'm going to tell you how quick we run out. You ever see Black River Hospital, sir? You ever see the abattoir down at Black River? Have you gone around the country and look at the national abattoirs that we have across the country, Dr. Tufton? have your team of financial assessors in your ministry, Dr. Tufton, gone around the country and survey and assess our hospitals, the facilities and infrastructure of our hospital? When you go around the country, go check them. That alone can fix the bathroom and toilet them across the country in a hospital, Dr. Tufton. I can guarantee you that. Before we get halfway across the country, Dr. Tufton, the state of just the toilet and bathroom them in the hospitals across the country. We wouldn't reach cross, James, half the country with the 2.5 billion. Where I try to fool with us, sir? How much you are going to thief out of this, Dr. Chan and Dr. Tufton? How much you are going to thief out of this? Because of that, him qualify for to market. And Andrew go put him there to market himself and kill baby at the same time. Baby killer Dr. Tufton, Evan Green. Baby killer Dr. Tufton. After you thief about 400 billion, you waste 31 billion pound Cornwall, Audrey Patterson. When you can remind me how much them are plan for use upgrade Spanish Town Hospital there, please. Nobody remember the figure. Where they say them I use upgrade Spanish Town Hospital. And Dr. Tufton, I come tell we don't say 2.5 billion project across the country. How far you think you're going to get? Me just a focus on our bathroom and toilet them in our hospitals across the country. Dr. Tufton, how far you really think you're going to get, sir? How far you think the money? And if you elasticate the money, Colleen Richards. And if you elasticate the money, how far you think you're going to get with 2.5 billion? All Desmond McKenzie would have come in upon this real black woman, all when he had nothing to do with him portfolio, just for the kickback. Darrell Vaz would have come in upon this because Darrell Vaz crazy about kickback as well. Andrew Holness have to get for him cut because all hell break loose if Andrew not get for him cut. Juliet have to get a part of the contract. Otherwise, Juliet will send him bad man them after you. How much out of that? Florence Hamilton, Dr. Tufton. When we have to pay the kickback and the extortion money, out of the 2.5 billion, Dr. Tufton, how much more prospective power? How much more you think I got left to go around the country, go fix with hospital facilities across the country? And a 500 million scholarship to train health professionals. May I ask, Dr. Tufton, which country are train them for? It's all well and done. You're putting the money in training health professional. Which country you are training them for? What jobs are you training them for? What wages? 5.5 billion. Kiss me cacophony. So if Spanish Town alone is a 5.5 billion project, how is it then that 2.5 billion can go around the country upgrading or healthcare facility over a 5-year period. Gloria Morris. It sounds sensible to you, no? Me know say me done mathematical wise, but it just never sounds sensible to me pharmacy. Come I say 2.5 billion. We're not talking about trillion here, you know, people. Maybe we would accept that. 2.5 billion to upgrade our hospital facilities across the country, build and expand hospital facilities across the country. 2.5 billion. Send back to them and ask them if Nigel put a hole in a hit when Nigel has sent it come give them. Maybe a Chilean them a tell we about or me not read good. I wonder if a Chilean them a say me not say good. But send it back to Nigel there, please. Because you know Nigel love bitch up things. You know Nigel like to bitch up things. So send it back to Nigel and see if a bitch Nigel bitch up the numbers. Because 2.5 billion certainly can't do much around the country to our hospitals. It wouldn't stretch anywhere far, believe you me. Well, I'm not aware of that. Who's asking this question? EM. I'm not aware of that. If anyone is aware, they can speak. Certainly, if he is there, my reporters will be there to turn the camera on him. So we will know. Nigel always a make mistake. Or Nigel just lie and wicked. A mistake Nigel a make or Nigel just lie and wicked. Is Nigel making mistake? Who can explain why so many thieves are in one party, one government? If you understand that the Jamaica Labour Party was designed out of crime and criminality and designed to be a barrier to development in Jamaica, then you would understand why they behave like that. And because of the club that it is, then people can bring in them own thieving friend because of how the political structure run at the central exec or by the chairman, where them can choose which thief. Raymond, how are you? Them can choose which thieving friend them bring in to the camp, and that thieving friend have to promise Lady J Love loyalty to them and all of them something there. So the way our political parties structure, it's easy to build a ring of thieves or a ring of corrupt official to take over a party, Andre Johnson. And that is why we need no 5 million per annum scholarship for the training of professionals and the upgrade across the nation facility in conjunction with the Barry Wynn Memorial. The government funding is 2.5 billion. That's how I understand it. So 500 million off. There's a separate 500 million per annum for scholarship training for health professionals. But the 2.5 billion is for development. Sanjay Benjamin. Favor. No more favor first. Where they come from? Is it the COVID one they want to have hide around a back room for a long time? Or is this a new investment by the Ministry of Education? A total of 10,000 computers have been distributed to high schools as part of a program to upgrade technology laboratory at the institution. Ministry of Education and Youth Favor Williams made the disclosure during the contribution to the 2024 sectoral debate in House of Representatives yesterday. But is this enough though, Favor? 10,000 across the country. And may I ask, Miss Williams, Joopy, may I ask the question? Why secondary schools? Why to high schools only? In a technological era, Miss Ma'am, you want to start them as early as possible. So what you are doing here, okay, it is welcome to a degree because it is needed, but what we need, ma'am, is a national drive. A national drive of upgrading our technological educational services that we offer. Because it's the way the world is going, and our future generation need to have a perfect grasp with the system from as early as possible. So it is why I ask the question, why high school and not in our primary schools, in our infant school, in our basic schools, tablets in our infant schools? Why a particular emphasis on high schools? Why not a national drive? Is it computer from COVID? Because I hope a computer from COVID never get dispersed into the system. I hope a school, some school get, but I hope a school to date have not received. And them una distribute and make it look like a something una do, something that should have been distributed. Something that should have been distributed 2-3 years ago. I wonder if them una use fool way, like a something una do. Because we noticed from day one una couldn't talk truth. But we notice of late, the lie just ratchet up so. No truth can come out on the mouth anymore. Whether be it the Prime Minister, the Prime Minister's wife, Nigel Clark, Delroy Chuck, Marlene Malahufort, Favor Williams. I am a boy, I am big, my name is Roy. Christopherton. Everybody just a drivel like Ed Bartlett, say Adam and whoever else come out, come show him up. When you just a drivel be a lie, so. And it looks like you don't even have shame with it anymore. I want to say to the People's National Party audience in St. Thomas at Wash's night last night, which is my namesake, my alias namesake. There are some time that we need to put our political partisanship aside and deal with the human issue at hand. Simple girl, good morning. as much as I cannot stand Colonel Charles, as much as I cannot stand Michelle Charles, as much as I cannot stand James Roberts' son. And I believe the other one may be Dean, the gun shooter. I didn't see the need for that behavior last night. Politics is politics. Humanity is humanity. And we must not allow our political, I'm talking directly to People's National Party members here. We must not allow our political partisanship to override Junetime 26. How are you? Don't let our political partisanship override the human side of us. Regardless of our political differences, affiliation, I think we can always, as a people, come together on a cause without us sporting our political differences. When Colonel Charles and Michelle Charles and James Robertson and I think the other one may be Dean or somebody else, but it's another labor right, came on the stage at Washi candle lighting, there was a lot of booing and things like that, which, given the circumstances, I don't think that was necessary. I don't think that coming from the People's National Party, given that everybody was there to celebrate a community person, because it is somebody who I've been following for quite a time on the St. Thomas event channel on Facebook. So I don't think that was necessary. It was a coming together for a great community person last night. And I think the booing and all that was very unnecessary from the People's National Party. When we see them on political stage, then we can wallow up over them. But this was a people thing last night. Officers and seen lots of laptop and tables sitting. I have gone to several principal offices and seen a lot of laptop sitting on tables, sitting there when students are in need of them. You see some of these hierarchies, whether it be your principals or your brown uniform police, these senior bureaucrats or technocrats are a major source for government corruption. These are some of the people that protect and enforce government corruption. These are some of the people that allow the corruption to continue, because some of these bureaucrats and technocrats have the power to expose these people. You don't notice in the Jamaica system, not even leaking and whistleblowing we don't have. Where you think Andrew could have there in the Western Hemisphere and not suffer from leaks and whistleblowing stronger together? But as Cliff pointed out the other day, the entire Jamaica Labour Party front bench left it all for Andrew. They no want to get involved in the sese and the preke anymore. But could Favor Williams tell us, them 10,000 laptop here, where them come from? Is it anything to do with the long time old COVID laptop them? We want to know. But me now go read me scanner explain to you. Fitz Bailey is asking the legislators to amend the law to put a time limit on telecommunication providers to provide wiretaps. So when someone commits a crime and the police need forgetting of them phone, to see who them are communicate to and who them are not communicate with. Fitz Bailey is asking Parliament to impose a time limit on Digicel and Flow and the rest of them that hold your communication data to provide it within a particular time frame. Okay, something like that can assist in investigation moving forward. But in the case of the rich woman and her son, when the court have ordered that have right to get the record for your phone, why is it then that force yourself over our PIN number? Why is it not that the court's order can allow the telecommunication provider to download all that information you require? Or is it that you want photographs or videographs from the database? You need to get into the hard drive of the phone to retrieve any possible deleted video or photograph. If that is the case, can you answer to that question? But what Fitz Bailey go on to talk about was about how well the JCF is transforming in technology and all that. All well and good in a modern day society. We need technology as a part of our crime fighting mechanism. But what about the big old dirty black book, a guard room, Fitz Bailey? And a full time now, so we have a computerized way of statement and evidence gathering. Rather than the one big dirty book where you just turn the page and write people business and everybody can come and shift and turn the book and know what did it. Rather than a particular officer dealing with a particular case. Only them and them senior have access to the case, rather in the one big dirty hardcover book where everybody see everybody case in it. So can you update us if your police stations across the country, how the technology transformation in the JCF, how the technological advancement and investment in the JCF, can you provide us the information as how that benefit or local police stations across the country? Can you point to us the upgrades? Can you point to us where technology is assisting us in solving murder? Angela Robinson, thank you very much. Kachis Talier, good morning, good afternoon. Tell us how the technological advancement in the JCF is assisting in solving murders. But as well as the technical advancement, Fitz Bailey, The police need a lot more operational underground tools to deal with crime. It was just 72 hours ago. One of the counselors in St. Mary is pleading as a matter of immediacy and emergency and urgency. Is pleading with the Ministry of National Security that the Port Maria police station is without an operational vehicle for over 2 months. How then, if that police station in Port Maria benefits from the technological advancement, Mr. Bailey, how is it then that they will be able to fight crime with that technological advancement without having an operational vehicle, Mr. Bailey? Them hope a backwards thing just don't work. Why you not try walk in a straight line, sir? Me don't understand why you don't try walk in a straight line. Because them ya something ya won't not tell we. Won't not tell we the other way around. A long time, we not push up stronger together. Thank you as well. Thank you. A long time, we not push up technological advancement, Hugh Robotham, in our face. But can you point to us, though, the successes of your technological advancement? How come your technological advancement now help in the situation in Norwood, across Westmoreland, across St. James, across Western Jamaica, St. Elizabeth upcoming, Western Kingston? Explain to us how the technological advancement, Ladybug, is assisting us in crime fighting in those regions. Or is it that because you're going to Haiti, you have to technologically, don't tie my tongue, please, technologically advance and develop yourself because you have big tasks to go take on? Pauline Dixon. You have big job to go do. So you have to fix up on yourself. They should use the 18 million for the Port Maria Sheen and buy a police car. What is the Port Maria Sheen, please? I'm not aware. Educate me. Kachia, educate me on what is the Port Maria Siren, rather. The Port Maria Siren. But always depend on this government to waste your money, tell your lie, and just do recklessly odd things. A clinic is there at regionals, still pure nonsense. Sadly doing spoil up beauty landscape surrounding the hospital, putting contaminated and called expansion, all needed renovation. That the money there is in no way cannot do any national project across the country. It is just not possible. It is just not possible. Why then them budget for just Spanish Town alone, Tanso? Why then have they waste so much money Why then have they waste so much money? And Cornwall can't done, Cornwall can't reach nowhere. None of those things make any sense. Hold on there. You know, if a content them are do it fine, some of them Jamaica people are gone over the top in a song galangin. Hold on there. Let me see if maybe plan nothing else to talk about. Yes. Demolition man on the loose again, people. Norman Ferguson, how are you? Residents who have set up an informal settlement on government land in Coppice, Pennsylvania have been served notice to demolish the dwelling and relocate. Superintendent in charge of the Chilani Police, Winston Milton, told the Gleaner that the occupiers were mainly employed when the construction phase of the Rio Palace Aquarel Hotel during the construction. 700 people from across Jamaica were employed. So it looked like these people, when the hotel are built, because they come from all over the country and they couldn't travel, it's not economically feasible for them to travel back and forth to work every day, time-wise either. So everybody put up one little shop. Pampita State Land, Hitsaland. Where did they in the region, they near the hotel. But you know now, that would have been an eyesore to big musho hotel. Why though then, Mr. Holness, with your national true love, good morning, with your social housing drive across the country, Mr. Holness, these people would have met the criteria for social housing. Why, rather than bulldozing them, then do you not look at other options of assisting and rehousing them? Let me also advise you, Mr. Holness, rightly or wrongly, any demolition exercise taken by you before the general election will be a rusty nail and the Holness in your political coffin. Let me repeat it to you, because I am aware the deaf ears over this give problem. Any demolition exercise carried out by the Holness regime before the next general election will be a rusty nail in the political coffin of Andrew Holness. Take it and put it in your pipe, Prime Minister. So leave that issue for the People's National Party to deal with after the next general election, because you'll be whooped and battered. Because remember, so we know, say, you have it in for poor people. You don't like poor people. And any further, Elva flavor. Ella flavor. Ella favored, sorry. We know you don't like poor people. And we know you like to attack poor people because you like to talk. Say, when we got a corner shop, we buy a big jilla aisle, 2 pound of rice, chicken back or chicken parts. So you know, so we can't buy chicken. What prime minister does that though? What prime minister sit down in front of a camera, open mind, and itemize what poor people buy when them go to shop, down to the specificity of our chicken, whether it be back part or whole chicken? What prime minister does that? There's another thing when we did pull out. Yes, I want to talk to custom. Wanna stop fool with. Or if you want to go on and clap for yourself, please do. But the whole on enforcement authority in Jamaica, you can find illegal, smuggled gun, this, that, and the ever. How come you don't have no level of intelligence in a law enforcement apparatus that can, when you identify these illegal galang in them, out here, you can follow them to a destination or somebody come pick them up. Why all the while you do it, the police do it? You always come walk and tell us so you find this or you seize this. But you can never arrest nor charge nobody for it. You think we're frightened. If you want to go around and clap for yourself, please do. But certainly over here, we will not look sideways. You think that is crime fighting? You think that is good crime fighting? When you still left the people them out there to change them method and them tactics of how them trick people, how them move on to a different level of crime. So don't try to fool with like so not do anything. Let us start see arrest and prosecution. We're tired of finding the source of sin thing them, and we never hear gun fire about them after we find them. We want to do not sell them or not share it between them, because it is said that when Fitz Bailey was at the organized crime unit, any drugs box, Fitz Bailey asks for him percentage out of it. How much of them gun and sin thing you want to find when you put back on innocent people, pick the one and shot them and so on and have shootout? We know there's something we want to always do. But please, when you stop frightening me with the sin thing them, well, we don't know if it goes or not. We always have a way of walking and picking up rusty gun, but can never pick up who handle the rusty gun. We stop frightening me. Go and go cheer for yourself if you think that is success in crime fighting. Noel Williams, how are you? Go and go cheer for yourself if you think that is any crime fighting success. But don't ask me to run around and cheer for you. When every minute you come tell we say, you find this, you see this gun, you find, and have a fetish. When the Jamaican police have a fetish of go searching empty unoccupied or abandoned building? Are these building fetish search intelligence led? Or just have a building fetish? Let us read. But it always bothers me as to these people who can't find drugs and guns every minute. But you can never hear them find nobody for arrest for it. As so much dope here doing a full country. Dope here import drugs, dope here import gun, dope here walk and shoot down people in our country. And you know what? We still have to pay for empty building for dope rest in our night time after they go up on them parole and create them destruction across our country. You know, see everything a free grey going in our country. Tell me where going to Jamaica will make sense. What is really going on in Jamaica under this particular Jamaica Labour Party regime that is really making sense? Maybe me not see what me see. If anyone I don't know better. If anyone I don't know better, please talk. Because of beer criminality. And the bit that bothers me is how brave and stubborn they are with it. Rodney Reed, Darth White. It's how brave and how stubborn they are with them lion teeth and them lion story. Beside them, not have no shame neither. Remember that 10 duffel bag. Horace Chang, what happened to the 321 pipe bomb? I wonder if no pipe bomb did come on that plane here that was meant to head to America. Horace Chang. America, you already don't trust Horace Chang. Did you allow Horace Chang alone to deal with what could be a national security risk, America? Well, Holness. I wonder if Holness and the Indian president signed no procus together when he did come to Jamaica. How long Norris Singh ahead for the Civil Aviation Authority? Lord, me I forgot to do some research. I forgot to do some research to find out how long Norris Singh been at the Civil Aviation. We now go hear from the Holness regime where him and the Indian president sign and agree to. We would have to cut you out of him. And the way Holness heart puff, we would have need one special knife we can go through iron heart. Because it's your heart and something where we can slice through with knife. Barefaced gangsterism and thievery. That's kleptocracy for you. But Jamaica people, as I told you last night, the budget experience create a new way to unseat a lot of our politicians. Unity with the Maroons can change the landscape of Jamaica. The people of Jamaica understanding their indigenous rights and the land meaning that comes with your indigenous rights. We can change the political dynamics of our country. I am sure Chief Curry and his team is ready to negotiate with the people of Jamaica. I am sure Chief Curry and his team is ready to negotiate and partnership with the people of Jamaica. Only that we need, one, unity to do it, and we need a leader that is Jamaica centrist, black centrist, that is one that wants to do good, and not just power to embezzle and to enrich themselves. But us, the people, must want that change. Us, the people, must work towards that change for it to happen. We can unseat their jurisdiction. The more of us become indigenous people, we strip away the power of the colonial state. Only if we are united, that will be achieved. Don't forget, Global Television will be covering tomorrow's protests. All of it will be rubbing it all up in the government's face all day tomorrow. But thank you for being here with us this morning. Join us back tonight for the People's Point of View. Come here, go to do go sunbath and just want to see how to do pretty. Me, I got enjoy how to do. Harris Strong along with Andrew Holness must be charged for crimes against humanity. Time someone step forward and approach the ICC just like South Africa did. And see, even Turkey came in as an interested party on the South Africa case as well. And I did ask Kamina Johnson-Smith the other day, now that you've recognized the state of Palestine, will you call on Israel to stop the war crime? Elaine, I haven't got any recent WhatsApp. Will you call on Israel to stop the war crime? Will you become a party to the ICC, to the South African case at the ICC? Will you suspend diplomatic ties with Israel until there is a ceasefire in Gaza? If you recognize Gaza, then you ought to do something in support. You cannot just stand aside and allow genocide to cultivate by that butcher, Erdogan. Not Erdogan. Sorry, Mr. Erdogan, even though you're not too nice neither. Benjamin Netanyahu, the chief global butcher. But thank you all very much. Join us back tonight for the People's Point of View. And don't forget, tomorrow we will broadcast in the demonstration in New York when the sun is up in Catford. It down at Camberwell here too, so me I got part will get much of it. I don't make me turn in a house and joopy like Fayeval, because for 9 months of the year, when you look pan, we don't know the difference of Fayeval. We just joopy and hibernated. So sun out a door, you can go and go ramp, but we not ramp. We are going to take in the sun and make sure we get what we get every day. So thank you all very much. We will see you all right back here this afternoon.